So, about 5 weeks or so ago, I quit smoking cannabis and I made a video about it and I posted it on my YouTube channel. This is the update video. It's been about 5 weeks or so, and I'm just going to go over what it's been like for me, the positives, the negatives, and just reflect on what it's been like to not smoke cannabis for over 1 month. First and foremost is that this is a major misconception that smoking cannabis relieves anxiety. Because for me, it was a complete gamble. I would smoke sometimes because I had anxiety, and a lot of the times it would just make it worse, and it would make it way worse. But other times, it actually worked great. It would help me relax, and I would just lounge around, and it truly did help. Point being, for me personally, smoking cannabis is a gamble when it comes to anxiety. I even looked it up, and it is legitimately a misconception that cannabis reduces anxiety, which explains a lot now that I'm looking back at it. Look, smoking cannabis is an addiction. It is an addiction just like any other substance. So I will say it has been hard to quit, but it's kind of a mind over matter situation, and I wanted to persevere and see how it would affect my life. But it's been super hard, and the cravings are still there. They come and they go, but they're still there. So for the first 2 weeks, I completely lost my appetite. I lost probably 6 pounds, which was horrible. And yeah, I literally just couldn't eat. Like, I wasn't able to eat like I normally did. Fast forward 2 weeks, and yes, my appetite started to come back. And now at like 5 weeks or whatever, I am totally eating normal. My appetite's back. I wake up hungry and I eat my normal amount of calories throughout the day. But on the plus side, I'm not really like binging or eating in excess, so that's also good. I also gained my motivation back. And if you know me, you know I like to preach that it's not about motivation, it's about dedication, and it's about consistency. But I lost my motivation to even be dedicated to anything or to stay consistent with my tasks and my projects that I was working on. And what ended up happening is I quit spending my entire night watching trash TV and eating entire boxes of Lucky Charms and Fruity Pebbles. Like, it was just a frustrating situation, which is why I wanted to give this a shot, because my motivation was way down and my anxiety was way up. My diet was absolutely trash, and it made me super antisocial. I got anxiety just going to the store if I had smoked cannabis. And I honestly didn't even want to go hang out with friends or go to shows or go to movies or really do anything, which was just probably a me thing. I don't know if everyone else deals with that, but that's just the way that I felt. One of the things that I do miss the most was smoking prior to the gym. When I would smoke before I went to the gym, it just made me hyper focused on my workout, and the music was just blasting and I was just in a really good zone. I don't know why I didn't get anxiety then in that situation, but it must just be the timing of it all or how comfortable I feel in the gym. But that is one part that's been super difficult. I know a lot of people who are in the fitness industry do use cannabis, and I do understand how it can be a benefit in that situation. And it is one thing that I'm actually missing a lot about smoking, but I made the decision to do this and I am going to stick with it. Obviously, now, because it's been 5 weeks and we're still not smoking cannabis. Another crazy misconception, or something that I didn't even perceive, is that I thought I was smoking at night, right? And so I was thinking, oh, I fall asleep so well. I must be sleeping really, really good because I smoke at night. It helps me relax and it helps me sleep. Well, the first 4 days after I quit, I tossed and turned all night. I couldn't fall asleep initially to save my life. And I started to kind of freak out and think, no, it really did help me sleep. Clearly, I'm not able to sleep, but it's an addiction. It's a substance. And when you use those things often over time, it becomes that routine, and it was just part of me. And so removing that from my body changed whatever is going on up here, and it made it really difficult for me to fall asleep. But by day 5, I was falling asleep no problem. I was sleeping through the night way better than I ever did before. Before, I would wake up 2, 3, 4 times through the night. And after day 5, I kind of just started sleeping through the whole night, and I slept really, really good. And instead of waking up feeling groggy or super tired, I kind of just sprung out of bed and I felt very, very refreshed from my night's sleep and just not groggy, like not groggy at all. I will say that the dreams, though, have been super intense. They happen basically every night, and it kind of feels like you're living two lives. Like there are times when I woke up the next morning and thought for sure I was living an alternate life in my dreams. But anyone out there who's quit knows, I guess, that you dream a lot and you dream super intense when you quit using certain substances. So what does this all even mean? Do I still crave smoking cannabis? Yes, of course, I crave it almost nightly. I had to replace all that time that I spent eating cereal and smoking cannabis and laying on the couch watching trash TV with something. So I started working on my projects and doing the things that I wanted to do because I had nothing better to do. I would go to the gym late. Late night gym sessions are the best. I would edit. I would film. I would script. Whatever. I was just working on projects, working on tasks, and I felt like I got my motivation back to do those things. Now, that's not to say that I don't crave it. I still crave it. Maybe not every single night, but almost every single night. But I also quit drinking 2 years ago, and that was the same sort of thing. Like, you still get cravings for it, and they never really go away. So I didn't really expect any different of a feeling or outcome with quitting smoking cannabis. And so, yes, I still get waves of anxiety and things like that, but obviously I dedicated myself to this, so I am not going to smoke to relieve that anxiety. And as I previously mentioned, it was a gamble for me. So, you know, the definition of insanity, trying something, getting the results, and then trying it again and expecting different results. Well, I wasn't going to do that. It just doesn't make sense. So do what you will with this information. I did have someone reach out and say, where's the update on this video that you made? So I really wanted to make a video. It was on my list of videos to make. I said I was going to make it after 30 days, but here we are. It's been 5 weeks. We're still smooth sailing, and I'm very glad that I made this decision. I'm going to keep doing it as long as I really can. I don't feel like there's any real reason for me to go back to smoking at this point. Typically in the past, I would spend between $40 and $60 a week on cannabis, and now I'm spending zero. So if we add that up, what is that? 6, 12, 18, 24, maybe $200 a month that I am not spending on cannabis anymore. So good thing Halloween is right around the corner. Maybe I'll go spend a few extra dollars on decorations, and maybe I'll just end up at Spirit this week. Who knows? Anyways, that's the update on the cannabis journey. And I will say that if you're out there and you're thinking about trying this, hopefully this video is helpful and gives you a little insight into the decision that you might make.